Ladies and gentlemen, let me start with this: life will test you. It will push you, stretch you, and sometimes try to break you. But it's not the easy days that define who you are. It's the moments you think you can't go on and you do. Today, I want to share the 5 secrets to becoming mentally strong, not just for today, not just for the tough seasons, but for life. Life isn't a smooth road. It's filled with twists, turns, uphill battles, and the occasional pothole that threatens to throw you off course. But here's the truth: those tough times, those moments when you feel like giving up, are the very moments that define you. It's not when everything is going well that you discover what you're made of. It's when life gets hard, when the odds are stacked against you, and when the weight of the world feels unbearable. That's when resilience is born. Struggle is not the enemy, it's a teacher. Every challenge you face holds within it an opportunity not to defeat you, but to shape you. Think about it: muscles only grow when they're pushed to their limit. Diamonds are formed under immense pressure. And the strongest steel is forged in fire. Your character, your strength, your resilience, it's the same. It's in the struggle that you find out what you're truly capable of. But here's the catch: you have to lean into it. You can't run from struggle. You can't avoid it, numb it, or pretend it doesn't exist. Doing so only prolongs the pain and keeps you stuck in a cycle of avoidance. Instead, face it head on. Acknowledge it for what it is: an opportunity to grow. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it's painful. But growth never happens inside your comfort zone. It happens when you step out, when you take the risk, and when you push yourself beyond what you thought you could endure. There will be moments when you question yourself, when the path ahead seems impossible, and when giving up feels like the easiest option. In those moments, remind yourself struggle is temporary, but the strength it builds is lasting. Each time you persevere, you're not just surviving, you're getting stronger. You're building resilience, a foundation that will carry you through future challenges. The next time life throws something at you, you'll be more prepared, more capable, and more confident because you've been through the fire before. It's also important to shift your perspective. Struggles are not punishments, they're stepping stones. Every setback, every failure, and every hardship is teaching you something. Maybe it's patience, maybe it's humility, maybe it's determination. The lessons might not be clear in the moment, but over time, you'll see how those challenges shaped you into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. What feels like a burden today may be the very thing that prepares you for tomorrow's success. Leaning into struggle doesn't mean you won't feel fear or doubt. It means you act despite those feelings. It's about having faith in yourself, trusting that you can handle whatever comes your way. It's about understanding that every storm passes, but the person you become in the process of weathering it, that's the real reward. So the next time you find yourself in the middle of a tough season, remember this: the struggle isn't there to stop you, it's there to prepare you. Lean into it. Trust the process. Discover your strength. And when you come out the other side, you won't just be the same person, you'll be stronger, wiser, and ready for whatever comes next. Self-discipline is the cornerstone of mental strength. It's the ability to stay focused and controlled even when life is chaotic, even when emotions are high, and even when distractions are everywhere. It's not something that comes naturally to everyone, but it's a skill that can be built. And once you master it, it becomes the foundation for achieving your goals and facing life's challenges with confidence and resilience. To master self-discipline, you first have to understand one simple truth: you can't always control what happens around you, but you can control how you respond. Life will throw curveballs, people will disappoint you, situations will test your patience. But in those moments, your strength lies in choosing your reaction. Will you let anger dictate your words? Will you let frustration derail your progress? Or will you pause, breathe, and act with intention? That moment of choice, that's where self-discipline lies. It's not about suppressing your emotions or pretending they don't exist. It's about recognizing them, managing them, and not letting them control you. Self-discipline also extends to your actions. Success in anything, whether it's your career, relationships, or personal growth, requires consistent effort. It's easy to be motivated when things are new or exciting, but what about when the novelty wears off? That's where discipline steps in. It's waking up early to work on your goals, even when you'd rather sleep in. It's staying committed to your plans, even when distractions tempt you. Discipline isn't glamorous and it's not always fun, but it's the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Another critical aspect of self-discipline is focus. In today's world, distractions are endless. Social media, notifications, and endless entertainment are always competing for your attention. But the truth is, what you focus on grows. If you're constantly dividing your attention, your energy becomes scattered and progress slows. Discipline means saying no to what doesn't serve your goals, even when it's tempting. It's about training your mind to stay locked in on the task at hand, blocking out the noise, and giving your best effort to what truly matters. Self-discipline is also about making sacrifices in the short term for long-term gains. It's understanding that the easy choice now often leads to harder consequences later. The discipline to save money instead of spending recklessly, to eat healthy instead of indulging in junk food, or to study instead of procrastinating, these choices require effort. But each disciplined decision builds momentum. Over time, they compound, leading to results that are worth every moment of sacrifice. It's important to recognize that self-discipline is not about perfection. Everyone stumbles. There will be days when you falter, when your emotions get the better of you, or when distractions pull you off course. What matters is that you recognize those moments and get back on track. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Mastering self-discipline isn't easy, but it's the foundation for building mental strength. When you control your emotions, actions, and focus, you take control of your life. You become the driver of your destiny, not a passenger at the mercy of circumstance. Through discipline, you unlock your true potential, and the life you want becomes not just a possibility, but a reality. The inner critic is one of the most persistent obstacles to mental strength and personal growth. It's that voice inside your head that questions your worth, doubts your abilities, and magnifies your flaws. It whispers things like, "You're not good enough, you'll fail," or "Why even try? This voice isn't there to help you, it's there to hold you back." But the good news is, you don't have to let it. You can learn to silence the inner critic by reframing those negative thoughts and transforming self-doubt into self-belief. The first step is recognizing the inner critic for what it is: a distortion of your fears, not the truth. Often the critic's voice stems from past experiences, moments of failure, rejection, or insecurity that left a mark. It takes those moments and uses them to build a narrative that keeps you in a state of hesitation and self-doubt. But just because the inner critic speaks doesn't mean it's right. You have the power to challenge it, to ask, is this true? Or is this just fear speaking? More often than not, you'll find it's the latter. Silencing the inner critic doesn't mean ignoring your thoughts or pretending they don't exist. It means confronting them head on and reframing them into something constructive. For example, when your inner critic says, "You're not smart enough to do this," respond with evidence to the contrary: "I've overcome challenges before, and I'm capable of learning what I need to succeed." Instead of letting the critic define you, redefine yourself with affirmations rooted in truth and possibility. Reframing negative thoughts also involves shifting your perspective. The inner critic often focuses on worst-case scenarios or exaggerates mistakes, making you feel like failure is inevitable. But failure is not the end, it's a stepping stone. Instead of seeing it as proof of inadequacy, view it as part of the process. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become better. By changing how you see failure, you rob the inner critic of its power to paralyze you. Another key to silencing the inner critic is replacing self-judgment with self-compassion. It's easy to be harsh on yourself, but ask yourself this: would you speak to a friend the way your inner critic speaks to you? Likely not. So why do it to yourself? Treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Acknowledge your efforts, celebrate your progress, and remind yourself that perfection isn't the goal, growth is. Self-compassion creates space for self-belief to thrive. Lastly, surround yourself with positivity. The inner critic feeds on negativity, so limit its fuel. Surround yourself with supportive people who uplift you in environments that encourage your growth. Fill your mind with empowering messages, whether through books, podcasts, or affirmations. The more positivity you absorb, the quieter the critic becomes. Silencing the inner critic takes practice, but it's a skill that can be learned. Every time you challenge a negative thought, every time you reframe doubt into belief, you take back control. Over time, the critic's voice fades, replaced by one that speaks of possibility, courage, and confidence. And when you believe in yourself truly and deeply, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Letting go is one of the most liberating and transformative things you can do for yourself, yet it is often one of the hardest. We all carry things we don't need: past mistakes, regrets, grudges, and the weight of expectations. These burdens can feel like invisible chains, holding us back from living fully in the present and moving forward into the future we deserve. Learning to let go isn't about forgetting what happened or pretending it didn't hurt. It's about freeing yourself from the grip of what no longer serves you. The past can feel like a shadow, always lingering behind us. We replay moments of failure, heartbreak, or embarrassment, wishing we had done things differently. But no amount of wishing or regret can rewrite history. What's done is done. The only thing you can control is how you choose to carry it. You can let it weigh you down, or you can use it as a lesson and leave the rest behind. Letting go of past mistakes doesn't mean ignoring them. It means forgiving yourself for being human. Everyone makes mistakes. It's how we grow. Instead of clinging to what you did wrong, focus on what you've learned and how you can use that knowledge to be better. Grudges are another heavy burden. Holding on to anger or resentment towards someone who hurt you might feel like power, but in reality, it only drains you. It's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. Forgiveness isn't about excusing what happened or letting someone off the hook. It's about choosing peace over bitterness. When you forgive, you're not saying what they did was okay. You're saying you refuse to let it control you any longer. Forgiveness is for you, not for them. It's about reclaiming your energy and your peace of mind. Letting go also means releasing the need for perfection. We often hold ourselves to impossible standards, carrying the weight of expectations that no one could ever meet. When we fall short, we criticize ourselves relentlessly. But perfection is an illusion, and chasing it only leads to exhaustion and disappointment. Let go of the idea that you need to be flawless to be worthy. Embrace who you are, imperfections and all, and allow yourself the grace to grow without the burden of unrealistic pressure. Sometimes the things we need to let go of aren't past events or grudges, they're habits, relationships, or beliefs that no longer align with who we are. It takes courage to recognize when something is holding you back, and even more courage to release it. But when you do, you create space for something better to take its place. Letting go isn't about loss, it's about making room for growth, for joy, and for the future you want to build. Learning to let go is a process, not a one-time event. It requires patience and practice, but with each step, you'll feel lighter, freer, and more in control of your life. The weight of the past doesn't have to define you. You have the power to release it, to step into the present, and to move forward unburdened. Letting go isn't giving up, it's choosing to rise above. The people and environments you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your mindset, emotions, and overall well-being. Your mind is like fertile soil, and the influences around you are the seeds being planted. If you allow negativity to dominate your surroundings, you'll find yourself weighed down by doubt, fear, and discouragement. But if you surround yourself with positivity, you create an environment where confidence, hope, and growth can thrive. Protecting your mind by choosing uplifting people and environments isn't just a suggestion, it's a necessity for cultivating mental strength and resilience. The people in your life are one of the most significant influences on your mindset. Their energy, attitudes, and words can either lift you up or drag you down. Negative people, those who constantly criticize, complain, or spread doubt, can seep into your thoughts, making you question yourself and your potential. They might not even realize the harm they're causing, but their negativity acts like a toxin. On the other hand, uplifting people inspire you to be your best, remind you of your strengths, and encourage you to keep going when times get tough. These are the people who see your potential, even when you don't, and who push you to believe in yourself. Surround yourself with those who genuinely want to see you succeed and who bring out the best in you. Environments matter just as much. If you're constantly in places that feel chaotic, draining, or uninspiring, it becomes harder to stay focused and motivated. Your environment should be a sanctuary, a place where you feel energized, clear-headed, and at peace. Whether it's your home, workplace, or social settings, take intentional steps to create spaces that promote positivity. This could mean decluttering your physical space, filling it with things that inspire you, or seeking out environments where people share your values and goals. Sometimes it might mean stepping away from toxic spaces altogether, even if it's uncomfortable at first. Choosing positivity also means being mindful of what you consume. The media, content, and conversations you engage with play a role in shaping your thoughts. If you constantly expose yourself to negativity, whether through news, social media, or gossip, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and disheartened. Instead, seek out content that inspires and uplifts you. Read books that teach you something valuable, listen to podcasts that motivate you, and watch stories that remind you of the good in the world. By curating what you allow into your mind, you take control of the narrative shaping your outlook. It's also important to recognize that positivity isn't about avoiding challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing to focus on solutions rather than problems, hope rather than despair, and growth rather than stagnation. Uplifting people and environments don't shield you from life's difficulties, but they provide the support and encouragement you need to navigate them with strength and grace. Surrounding yourself with positivity is a deliberate choice. It's about protecting your mental and emotional well-being by being intentional with your relationships, environments, and influences. When you prioritize positivity, you create the conditions for growth, resilience, and joy to flourish. And in doing so, you not only uplift yourself, but also become a source of light for others. Growth is a journey, not a destination. It requires a commitment to constant learning, adapting, and improving, no matter how difficult the road may seem. True growth isn't about perfection or instant success. It's about the willingness to embrace challenges, learn from mistakes, and keep moving forward, even when progress feels slow. Committing to growth means making a decision to invest in yourself every day, regardless of circumstances. At the heart of growth is the ability to learn. Life is the ultimate teacher, and every experience, good or bad, has a lesson to offer. Success teaches you what works, but failure often teaches you the most important lessons. When things don't go as planned, it's easy to feel defeated, but those moments are opportunities in disguise. Each setback gives you insight. Life is a journey, and along the way you'll face challenges, doubts, and moments of uncertainty. But it's in these very moments that your mental strength is forged. Building a strong mind isn't about avoiding hardship or living without fear. It's about learning how to face life's inevitable struggles with resilience, courage, and purpose. Each of the principles we've explored, embracing the struggle, mastering self-discipline, silencing the inner critic, letting go of what weighs you down, surrounding yourself with positivity, and committing to growth form the foundation for becoming mentally unshakable. Together, they equip you to not only endure life's storms, but to rise stronger because of them. It begins with embracing the struggle. Life will test you, but those tests are where you grow. Every difficulty holds the potential to make you more resilient, more resourceful, and more determined. The challenges you face aren't meant to break you, they're meant to build you. When you lean into those moments, you uncover strength you didn't know you had. Struggle is not a sign of weakness, it's proof that you're alive and growing. Next comes the importance of self-discipline. To control your emotions, actions, and focus is to take charge of your life. Discipline is the bridge between your dreams and reality. It's the quiet, consistent effort that moves you forward, even on the days when motivation feels far away. When you master self-discipline, you unlock the ability to shape your destiny rather than being swayed by fleeting emotions or external distractions. Then, there's the battle within, silencing the inner critic. The voice in your head that sows doubt and fear doesn't have to control you. By challenging those negative thoughts and reframing them into self-belief, you transform your mindset. You begin to see yourself not as someone limited by past mistakes or fears, but as someone capable of growth, strength, and achievement. The way you speak to yourself matters because your thoughts shape your reality. Letting go is another crucial piece of the puzzle. The past, grudges, and unnecessary burdens have no place in the life you're building. They weigh you down and keep you from moving forward. Releasing them doesn't mean forgetting or excusing, it means freeing yourself. It's about making space for peace, progress, and the opportunities that lie ahead. Surrounding yourself with positivity amplifies your strength. The people and environments you choose have the power to shape your mindset. When you surround yourself with uplifting influences, you create fertile ground for growth. Positivity isn't about ignoring challenges, it's about facing them with hope and determination, bolstered by the encouragement of those who believe in you. Finally, growth is the lifelong commitment that ties everything together. To keep learning, adapting, and improving is to honor the gift of life. Growth isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. Every lesson, every stumble, every breakthrough moves you closer to the person you're meant to become. Mental strength isn't built overnight, it's a continuous process. But when you embrace these principles, you equip yourself with the tools to face anything life throws your way. You become resilient, focused, and unshakable. And in doing so, you don't just survive, you thrive. The road ahead may not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. Keep moving forward because the best version of you is waiting just beyond the next challenge. So ask yourself, are you ready to embrace the struggle? To discipline your mind? To let go of what's holding you back? Because the world needs your strength, your light, your greatness. Remember, the storms don't last forever, but strong minds do. Stand tall, rise above, and keep moving forward. Thank you.